people were,
People are patient.
yes, and trained. So it's nice. They're used to the X's on the floor and the masks, so it was pretty easy. So, yeah. And while I have a captive audience, I need signatures tomorrow.
We are live.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday, May 26th, 2020, regular Selectmen's meeting. All of the selectmen are here except for Mark Pendergast. He's working out of town right now and could not make it back. We have Steve Eldridge, town manager, and Patty is here. We'll be joined later with Paul McKinney for the assessors. Please stand with me and salute the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United
States of America,
And
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a pretty abbreviated meeting tonight. We've done a lot on the agenda. We do have an executive session at the end. We will sign off for our public part of the meeting at that time. It's just a discussion on economic development. There will be no matters decided tonight. So first item agenda is approval of our May 12th minutes.
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented.
I'll second.
A motion by Ken, second by Ed. I'll go through the roll. There's Ed,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Noah,
Yes.
and myself, yes. Thank you. We had no public comments, when nobody called in or emailed or anything, Patty.
No, I have nothing.
Okay. No public hearings, no reports of committees. Is nothing under unfinished business. We'll go to town manager report.
I don't have a heck of a lot. We had a meeting today with the fire department project. It's pretty brief. Just a few things on speaker systems and air compressing lines and things like that. They will be finished up the interior roughing in of wiring and plumbing and all that good stuff and insulation. There's an inspection at the end of the week. And once that gets okay, they'll start doing the insulation and followed up by the sheetrock. So the concrete floor in the apparatus bay has been done and it looks pretty big, very big apparatus bay. But they're doing a great job. The siding started going up on the above the brick, and I think the roofing's all done. So we're moving right along. And I asked for a budget, year-to-date budget where we are, and they'll have that to me before our next meeting. So I'll make sure anybody wants to see it, I'll send it out to you. But otherwise, it's pretty quiet. The Public Works is prepping for road work if we get passed and have some money to do any road work. And that's about it. The code enforcement is very busy. She can't believe how busy she is, and she's got regular hours posted today. So if people want to see her, they'll be able to make an appointment and come in the office to see her. And she's available to do inspections, which she said she's out quite a bit doing that. So it's just the library today, just approving their coronavirus opening. It's pretty limited, but they're going to start a little bit at a time. So otherwise, that's really it. Quiet.
Any questions for Steve? Is Steve, is with the COVID-19 still going on? Is everything with our first responders is all still good?
Yep, police and fire are still healthy. And they have been, in cases, especially the fire, emergency people have been, exposed a bit, I guess, but they have plenty of covering and PPEs, and they're in good shape. And Chief Plant or somebody checks anybody who comes into the fire station with a thermometer to make sure they're not running a fever. And so everybody's seems pretty healthy at this point, which is good, both police and fire.
I think, it just crossed my mind, it's a good time to remind people that the Hubbard Road Bridge will be closed June 1st. And there will be detours, in place then. It's about, what, a month-long project?
About a month and a half, 2 months, but I think because it's closed, one of the things the DOT said when we were talking about it, with it closed, they can really move a lot faster, so they're hoping that it'll be done sooner. But and so do we.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be hearing some complaints over the
We've
next
already
week or
heard.
so, because people will say they didn't know anything about it, but.
And I've heard from the neighborhoods where the detours are, and I thought we had saved our old speed bumps, but they were, I guess when they took them off, they've been down for quite a while and they pretty much fell apart. So we've asked the police department to put their speed trailer out so people will slow down, and they've agreed to leave it there as long as we need it. So, which is good.
All right. Thank you, Steve.
Yep.
Is Selectmen communications, I have nothing, directly. I do want to talk about a few things. We were able to have a Memorial Day service down here this weekend, yesterday. It was very abbreviated and smaller than usual, but the Legion and the auxiliary were able to have their ceremony downtown, so that went over well. And talking to the people during the process is people are very appreciative of everything that people in town are doing. Is they know that it's been a lot of stress on us, and because of the town hall shutdown, things aren't operating as normal. But as Steve said, people are understanding. People know that we will get through this. So is I was really encouraged to hear that from the people yesterday. Patty, we talked a little bit before the meeting about your opening, but for the public, now that we're on air, would you just go give a brief rundown of how things went today?
Yep, things went well. I couldn't have planned it better. We have exits on the floor. We're limiting the lobby to 6 people at a time. People were very respectful. Everyone had a mask on. If they didn't, we have them available. They were happy to take one and put it on. Everything went really smoothly. So thank you to the residents.
Thank you to Patty and her staff. They did a great job.
Right. I know that over the last week, there's been a lot of effort by the employees here in the town hall to try to get this set straight and get it so it operates properly. And I really want to thank you, Patty, and your staff for stepping forward. And I know you probably sleep well tonight.
I hope so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That brings us to the warrants and accounts. I know Patty had sent this out earlier, so I hope everybody's had a chance to look at them. We have a payroll warrant 2045 from May 7th, 2020. The amount is $60,954.35. We have a payroll warrant 2047 from May 21st, 2020 for the amount of $53,088.59. We have account payable warrant 2048 from May 28th, 2020 for the amount of $117,124.52. And a payroll warrant 2048 for May 28th, 2020 for the amount of $58,242.43. I'll make a motion that we pay the bills. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second from Ed. Any questions? I'll call the roll. Ed?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Noah?
Yes.
And myself, yes. 4-0, Patty.
Thank you.
So then under new business is to set the public hearing date for the town election. Is Patty has requested it for June 23rd. Is that the 6:30 time frame, Patty? Is that what you're figuring? Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I don't know how we'll do it yet, but we'll let people know.
Okay. Is any questions for Patty over there?
Nope, so moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Noah. I'll go through the roll. Is Noah,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
and myself. Yes.
Thank you.
And then the ratio declaration and homestead exemption estimate. Is Paul around for that, or
He's here.
is Steve handle that?
No, Paul runs it.
Is Paul in the waiting room?
Yes, he is.
Hello.
There you are.
All right. You can't see me, but I maybe hope you can. So every year, the state of Maine does a sales analysis based on the last years of sales. They've determined that our ratio is at 93%. And that's we have to certify that ratio within 10%. So we are recommending that we certify at 100% for this year. In doing so, that leaves the exemptions, the homestead, the veterans, the blind at 100% of what the state determines. So the homestead exemption for this year will be $25,000. We currently have 1,420 homestead exemptions, and there's also the veterans is 6,000, and I think the blind is also 6,000. So we're making a recommendation that we certify at 100. If we didn't do the 100, we would have to adjust those values down to whatever the ratio is that we certify to. And not knowing what the market's going to do because of the COVID situation, I feel comfortable that we should probably, leave it the way it is. Market's still pretty good, but
Any questions of Paul? Do we have a motion to accept it as presented?
So moved.
We have a second?
Second.
We have a motion by Ed, second by Ken. Any further questions? I'll call the roll. Is Ed,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Noah,
Yes.
and myself, yes. And that will bring us right into our abatements, Paul. Are you still there?
yeah, still here.
Okay.
So there's only one abatement this evening. It's for tax map R51 Lot 2. It's a vacant piece of land off of Old Sanford Road. Current assessment is $30,400. The subject property is a 5-acre vacant parcel that lacks direct road frontage and is accessed by foot and on an unmained right-of-way off King Lane, which is a private road. So prior to the revaluation, this parcel was classified as an unbuildable lot. After the revaluation, we did change it to potentially buildable, so we increased the value a little bit. The owner has, requested us to go out and take a look at it, which we did. It is quite a ways back on that private road and considered unbuildable unless the road was brought up to town standards, which is about a half a mile long or greater. And for the land costs currently, that wouldn't be feasible to build on. So we're requesting, we did make a slight adjustment. We're requesting a reduction of $10,800 from $30,400 to $19,600. And we recommend an abatement be granted in the amount of $189.32.
So moved.
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions for Paul?
No.
No, I haven't been out there, but I don't know where this place is it off of King Lane. It's out towards the Beaver Dam Heath out there, so it's probably pretty wet out there also.
Well, it's actually got a nice high buildable area though that they could build on, but it just, the road cost would be just unfeasible to get out there.
Right, yeah, half mile of road would
Yeah,
be,
for, $80,000 lot or something.
right. All right, we have a motion in a second. If no further questions, I'll go through the roll. Is Noah,
Yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
and myself? Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Have a
thank
good
you.
evening.
You too.
We have no other comment. We have the executive session. Is any other business and non-agenda items anybody wants to bring up?
Hey, Tom, I attended a briefing on Thursday with James for the Hussey School.
Right,
We don't expect anything to come this year, but they're going to start trying to push notification of everything, trying to figure out what they're going to do, probably for a vote next fall. So just as a heads up, it was an interesting brief. They're looking at putting an addition on and enclosing the courtyard on the south side of the building, I believe,
right,
and
yeah,
opening up some parking. So James has the information. It was an interesting meeting.
yeah. Yeah, I'd looked at the plans they had sent out, and having my kids go through the school there, and now my grandkids going through the school there is definitely needs to have something done there. But is when you said this fall, Ken, did you mean in the fall, this fall or next
Next fall,
next fall?
they're
So
going to start talking about.
2021.
They're going to start promoting it this year, and then expect probably a referendum vote next fall.
Okay,
So when will they start building? In the spring?
I think that was the plan.
Okay.
Spring of 22, I think.
so right, yeah,
So we wouldn't see an increase until 23 then, for the bond bank probably.
It would probably be funded in 22,
right,
I think is what they were talking.
The spring bank.
Or late 21,
Yeah.
if it gets approved. The other thing is Steve Connolly said he was looking at presenting the budget to us, the school budget to us. I think he initially said the 9th of June, but then was moving it to the 23rd. So I don't know how that's going to impact the public comment, or if you've heard anything about that or not, but that's coming up too.
right. No, I hadn't heard about the 23rd, so that'd be interesting to have to get back in touch with them, I guess.
Yeah, I'll touch base with him.
Anything else from anybody?
Today, the reported death toll of the coronavirus passed 100,000 in the United States. And I just think that we should probably have a moment of silence just for, the vast amount of people that have died from this in the past 4 or 5 months. It's pretty staggering. And I think, we should just take a moment to show some respect.
That's a great idea. Is one of the problems that I've been talking with people is for us here, because we did a good job early on. The numbers have been pretty low, and people don't realize what's going on. But I have relatives down south and relatives in New York City, and even though they haven't had it, they've had friends devastated by this. So we'll have a moment of silence right now if you want. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Any other things before we sign off publicly? Is what we'll do, we'll stay right on the Zoom meeting here. Terry's going to need about 15 or 20 seconds for us to get our time lag straightened out before she ends. So she'll come and give me the thumbs up when we're off the air. So this is us signing off publicly. We are not coming back into session.
Tom, can you just make a motion to go into executive
Oh,
session?
that's right.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to go into executive session under Title 1, subsection 405, 6C for economic development.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Forgot about that one, Patty. So thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'll see you guys later.
Thanks,
Take
Pat.
care.
Patty, I'll
Patty.
try to stop by tomorrow morning for you.
Great, thank you. I'll need one other person, please.
I'll stop by tomorrow too.
Great, thank you. All right, have a good night, everyone.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
Patty.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.